Here we go. And welcome back to the Don't Quote Us podcast. I am your host today, Skippy, and I am here with S2K.
Okay, I don't know if that
A
came through.
soundboard. Nah, it came through for me.
I think I have your soundboard. I have your soundboard muted.
Oh damn!
Go
It was
ahead
a
and
really good
go ahead
sound.
and go ahead and play it again.
Bing bong.
And Kage.
Hello.
And if you guys don't know the whole premise of this podcast, pretty much as the host, I am the guy that produces the topic for this weekend. The topic that I've presented to my two other guests here is traveling. Now, before we go into that, I do want to ask, how's everyone's week been so far?
Bro,
It's been like
fucking hectic.
2 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks since we
Well,
last
it's been
talked.
2 weeks, and that's because my fat ass
Yeah,
fell asleep
yeah.
last week.
I mean,
So
to be fair,
Go
we
ahead.
we had stuff going on, and by the time that I got in and got ready and was like, "Yo, we on?" Kage was like, "I think he's fast asleep right now."
yeah, I literally got home at like 6:30. Hi boys, I'm ready whenever. Skip at 7:30. Hi boys, ready. I was long gone,
You were just snoozing,
bro.
just like
In bed, laying down like sideways.
phone straight up, just do not disturb, just chilling there,
What do you mean? Do not?
nothing going on,
You guys actually put your phones on do not disturb?
something like
Yeah,
that.
no, when the podcast comes on, do not
No.
disturb. I literally messaged the girlfriend. And I'm like, hey, pod's happening. My door's locked. My phone's on silent. Like, this is my attention span. Lock in.
Dude,
I
is ready
message
to
mine,
go.
but she doesn't message back. I'm only
Yeah, that's
joking. I'm
fine.
only joking. I'm gonna get in
I'm not.
trouble if she sees that.
Yours doesn't message back, and mine only snaps me like when she's at home.
Oh,
All right, guys.
Okay,
I'll
already
all
take
shitting
right.
on
the
her
girlfriend
Just
position.
just trauma
I'll
dump.
be the girlfriend.
Let me go grab
God.
my wig and red lipstick.
Let me shave my toes.
Oh gosh.
Yo, side note, y'all got hairy toes or?
And no, we don't
You
need we
know,
don't need to go on that.
hey,
That's
whoa.
not.
I used to not, but now I kind of got a little like hobbit feet going on. Almost, not really, but kind of.
I'm pretty sure the amount of walking and cardio and everything else I do that like the hair follicles have been just sanded off of my feet at this point.
Fair.
It's good yet unhealthy. I don't know. All right, traveling. Um, don't know how to segue into this from hairy toes, but my first area of discussion is where have you guys traveled to in your life so far? Just you know, give me a give me a good story about travel. If you guys have gone anywhere like exquisite or something memorable or just
I was
anything
gonna
that
say, we talking road trips or we talking like flights?
I mean, if you traveled down to the gas station and you had a good memory at that gas station, that works. But it's more of the hey, like I traveled to a different state. I did this with family, just along those lines.
Yeah.
I'll let you kick it off if you want.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
I I can
I what?
if you need time.
I mean, I got some. Just like I haven't done
Alright.
too much traveling. November of, I would say I probably my most memorable and most exciting, and is the most recent trip that I went on. We went to me and my buddy in November of 2022. Went to Dominican. Went to Puerto Plata. Kind of just booked a flight. Me and him were like, "Yo, let's get out of here. Let's go chill. Let's go do something before winter starts." And yeah, we flew to Dominican. It was, I don't know how he found the flights or the trip. The whole trip, all in per person, 1,100 bucks, all inclusive resort. Um, Flight, that was flight included too, and then plus whatever spending cash you had. Uh, then I don't know, that was sick. If no one's ever, if you haven't been to, if anybody has never been to Dominican, I highly suggest that you go. Um, I was just looking at all the cars they had, bro. Like, did you guys know Hyundai makes buses, coach buses, and to add to that, manual coach buses?
Huh.
Yeah, didn't know that until I landed in Dominican, and there was 6 of them at the airport.
I've never wanted to stall a coach bus so bad.
Bro, this guy was like taking this thing up some hills and through some tight roads. Like, talk about no, like they when you're driving, they tell you like know where your wheels are and like know your positioning. Yeah, yo, this driver knew what he was doing, bro. Those guys making it up roads that it's like you couldn't fit 2 cars side by side in.
That's
A
crazy.
lot of older Hondas and Toyotas, but then also just some like cars I've just never seen before. Like brand, I didn't get to look at the brands good enough, but just cars that I've never seen before here in North America. So that was, I would say that's probably my mo- most memorable trip right now. Yeah, is Puerto Plata.
Um, so traveling, I don't really get out of Ohio a whole lot, and I don't really like drive around Ohio a lot. Well, I'll drive, but I can't be passenger. I have severe motion sickness. So like that, like car trips don't sit well with me. I've been on a plane once, went to Florida for I was like a teenager. We went to Disney, so Orlando, and I've been to Indiana to help a friend move there, and that was pretty fun. Uh, in Kentucky, like uh, I didn't have a great childhood, as most of us probably didn't. Uh, every once in a while, we had to take a vacation to Kentucky, me and my sisters, to make sure uh, we were still under my mom's care. And I would live with like my grandma in Kentucky in the boonies, and that was always great. Like my nearest neighbor was a mile, like a legitimate mile away. There's no rescue coming out there at all, and you can do whatever you want. So shooting guns, climbing, and like just exploring the woods was some of the funnest time I ever had as a kid when I went to not Florida, Kentucky. And then I traveled to Florida, and it rained 3 out of the 5 days I was there.
Yeah.
Uh, Florida is miserable. Your state is the worst. Um,
Okay, whoa.
hey, hey,
There's
it
gonna be
is
some
what it
Florida
is.
people watching this, bro.
And I'm glad they are. I will square up with all you. Your state sucks. You get hit with a hurricane every other week. It's always fucking raining. Hurry up and fall off the continent already. I'm tired of you. All right. Now if that's out of the way,
I really
Florida was
wanted
pretty fun.
I really wanted someone to play like the bump 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 like soundboard.
uh, no, Orlando
Noted.
was
I'm
cool.
gonna start going through and adding some soundboards to my server.
Uh, Orlando for what it was pretty cool. Like Disney was cool. I couldn't really go and explore and do things on my own because it was like a family trip and I was like 15. But like for what it was fun. Uh, like I said, I have motion sickness pretty bad, so like riding roller coasters didn't entertain me. Uh, well, it did entertain me, but after every roller coaster, I'm just on the ground like, oh, thank God. Uh, but it's it was cool. Indiana was probably my favorite trip I've done. Like I said, I was just helping a friend move. He got a really good job there in Purdue, and so I'm helping him move. He's like my best guy. Uh, he takes me out on pretty much like a date. Uh, Trav, for watching, I'm sorry, man. I'm not a good date. So we go out, we eat, and then we go out onto the lake, like kayaking. And I didn't really realize I had a deep water fear until it was too late. And I'm on a little boat and a paddle in the middle of one of the lakes. Just like it was cool, but also I think if I tipped, I would have had a panic attack. Like I did not realize I had a deep water fear until that point. Uh, but yeah, that's all the traveling I've done besides the like funny trips around Ohio, which I have too many of.
I uh I have I mean, for me personally, I've had a lot of like traveling when I was younger, mainly with family and everything. In my later years, I've done some traveling as well, just by myself. Of course, to Canada, see my girlfriend, and down to Texas and other areas that my sister has lived. But the most memorable one that I always think about whenever I think of traveling is when I was much younger. I think I was 12, 13 years old. Um, we went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Have you guys ever heard of that area?
No.
Nope.
Have you ever heard of Dolly World? Like
Tell
Dolly
me the second
Parton?
Dolly Parton thing.
So that area is just it's full of so many activities. But the other thing that's really nice about it is that they had log cabins up in the mountains, up in the Smoky Mountains. So I remember one summer we ended up getting a cabin for a week up in the Smoky Mountains in Pigeon Forge. Oh, excuse me for a second. Um, and there was like so many activities. First of all, the cabin itself was just like a really nice wooden cabin. It had 3 floors to it. The very first floor was like a game floor that had like a foosball table, dart bird board, uh, pool table. It had like the like the kids mat that has like the street roads and stuff on it. You know what I'm talking about? Like the green one with like all the roads and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had one of those down there, like built into a wooden table, which is pretty dope. And it had like a bar and everything. And then out on the balcony was a hot tub, and second floor was just like cool, like kitchen, living room, bedroom. Third floor was just like the master bedroom. It was like an open master bedroom, but the experience there in the mountains that was really fun, especially when there was a bear that came and started going through the trash can right outside our front door. But throughout the town, I mean, you have Dolly World. We didn't end up going there because it was closed the time that we went, but we went to a lot of comedy clubs and just a lot of different experiences there. Like, have you ever heard of? I forget what it's called. I think it's like Wizard Quest or something. You ever heard of like Great Wolf Lodge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a wizard, like adventure, like RPG type thing, like within the lodges. Well, in Pigeon Forge, they have like a whole castle, and it had like the whole immersive experience of you go in there with a wand and you do all these quests and you defeat these monsters and you level up in prestige and get all like these different spells and stuff. So my sister and I had a real fun time. We spent like 3 days going through and doing that during the day, and then of course comedy clubs and other entertainment at night. But that was just an overall really fun experience. But yeah, that's I mean most memorable by far is just that experience, and definitely want to go back now that I'm older and can drink and actually enjoy some of the entertainment as an adult.
Bro, there's so many places that, like, as an adult now that I want to go back to, like, and just try to not necessarily relive the moments, but just experience it again at just a different point, I guess. For the same, basically, the same reason. I mean, you come to appreciate stuff more when you're older.
Yeah, I mean that, and it just the the experience, like the maturity, I guess you could say, of being able to do everything and not having to be like tied down. And I mean, of course, my parents like having to look after the kids and everything, but just being able to experience that just for your own without any worries or anything, it just changes the experience so much. But all right, any
One
other?
thing I do want to add, like, I was
Oh
gonna say,
yeah,
one thing I actually do want to add on the vacations, or going back at least on stuff you appreciate. If anybody's ever been to West Edmonton Mall, it is not the same as it was. Dead, dude. There used to be
It's
flamingos. There used to be
on.
an underwater sub that went through the entire mall. I think there's still roller coasters indoors. But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, like, I'm talking like 2009, that era, 29, 2010, or oh, not 29, oh 09, 2010. Um, West Edmonton Mall, mint. If you want history though, bro, Quebec City. I'm only speaking. These are like road trips that I've done. Obviously, it's the only time I've ever flown is going to Dominican.
Yeah.
But Quebec City's got some sick heritage. Like I'm talking like I want to say 1,000-year-old, but it's probably not even 1,000-year-old. Like a lot of like the first settlement stuff was done essentially at Quebec City, and then they kind of moved down to like towards Montreal sort of bit. So there's a lot of like there's castles. Like I'm talking like medieval castles and walls and like cannons and everything still up just there. If
Oh, that's
anybody
dope.
if anybody wants to just like a beautiful A drive, B history lesson, C nice city if you can get past Quebec drivers. Quebec City's a very nice road trip.
I don't. I mean, no worse drivers than where I'm at.
You think?
Oh, it's. I mean, our roads are really small here, and driving to work every day, like I get notifications all morning long of possible delay, crash on this road, crash on this road, crash on this road, and it's every single day. There's always a delay, like flipped Mustang, car on fire, like 4 or 5 car pile up.
Or what are you, Alex Choi?
It it's never fun, and it's because people just it's a 55 highway that should be 65, and people go 65, and then there's people that go like 75 80 and like weave in and out, and it's never fun. And like all the on ramps are, you have to like, as soon as you come onto the highway you have to merge like right away, like there's no leeway at all, and everyone's just an asshole. Like it's bad, but uh
It sounds like every trip, not clip, every trip to Cleveland I've ever took. I fucking hate driving in Cleveland and Columbus. It's so busy, and the roads make no fucking sense. Uh, it's it's a nightmare. Whoever designed Columbus, Ohio, needs to be executed publicly. It's why do I have to take 3 off ramps to end up on the same road I was just on to continue straight for like 2 miles just to take another off ramp to get to my destination? Why could that not have been a straight fucking shot?
yeah.
I don't I don't I hate Cleveland. Well, Columbus, Ohio. Hate it. And Cleveland is not much better. At least it makes sense to me. Well, I only went to a tattoo shop in Cleveland, but at least the roads there made sense to me. It's like, oh, busy highway. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But oh my god, Columbus is a nightmare. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Um. All right. Do you guys want to share any more places that you've traveled, or you want to move on to the next topic?
I have an idea of what your next topic's gonna be, so I'm gonna say what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Uh, if this isn't something that's gonna be your next topic, then I'll bring it up later. I do have that, but other than that, around Ohio, I've been pretty much everywhere. And one of the places, like, doing the concession stands, I go to a lot of drag car shows, and I've seen like Street Outlaws, met all those guys. I have like a lot of stories about meeting like famous people, being out like at these things, like ex NBA players and people like that. Uh, it's really nice getting out and doing that, but I, I just hate driving with motion sickness.
Yeah, I mean, motion sickness is a pain in the ass. I had that a lot growing up, and definitely, it was either the two ways that I managed to fix it was either having one of those like neck brace. I'm gonna call it a neck brace, but it was like those neck pillows, but the ones that are like filled with rice or whatever that like mold to your head. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
Not really.
they're kind of like U shaped, and they like hug your neck. You see them a lot on like airplanes and stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, now just like those things. I call them, yeah, just neck pillows. Yeah.
Yeah. One of
The whole
those.
filled with rice thing threw me off.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like, what are Beanie Babies filled with? Like, like plastic beads.
Beads,
Yeah, like
yeah,
Yeah,
little styrofoam balls.
yeah. One of those. Like, I can't. I don't do the foam ones. The foam neck pillows. I can't do. It's the always the like beads or the rice ones help me out. That or just a paper bag because I was gonna throw up eventually. That was that was when I was younger. I'm good now. But all right, next topic. that I'm gonna go into is: do you guys have any particular places that you're planning on traveling to within the next couple of years?
This is what I was
You,
going to address.
I
Oh,
was gonna say I had a
all
I was
right.
gonna go. I was gonna segue off and be like, well, there's some places I want to go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
I went first last time, Kaga. You go first now.
all right. So I have like a mini list. One, I'm gonna go back to Cleveland hopefully within the next few months because I want to see the Cavs play. Uh,
Ooh.
the Cleveland Cavs right now are going crazy in the NBA. Big fan of Donovan Mitchell, Garland, Allen, all them boys. They are so good right now, and I love watching them play. For anyone that's a sports fan, most of us probably aren't, but love basketball. That's one of my teams right now. I love them. I'm more of a player person, and they just have a lot of players that I like. Uh, outside of like outside of Ohio, I'm planning a trip to Canada with a friend. I have to get my passport for that, so that's gonna be interesting. We have that trip for the Discord people where we're all meeting up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that's gonna be pretty exciting. And Japan is a real big one for me. I really want to go to Japan. So I'm a huge Naruto fan, and there is an entire like little like replica Naruto village, and I want to go stay there. They have a hotel where you can stay, and I really want to go there. I want to go to the like Pokemon Company. There's a few places in Japan I want to see. Also want to head to China and I have no interest in the Caribbeans, but Hawaii. Only because that's where my uncle was born, so I kind of want to go like see that. But yeah,
Those are
Okay.
places you want to go, or places you're planning on going.
Well,
planning is Japan. Hawaii, I'm not really planning, but I do want to go there, and I'm planning on Canada as well as the Discord one.
Okay.
so give you a little rundown. I gave you a point for Japan, Canada, and the Discord trip. So you're
You're
doing great there. Definitely, Japan is on my bucket list as well. And I mean, Canada, I got to rep Canada because that's where my blue thing is from. So,
yeah, all
uh,
blue things, AI, S2K.
Hey yo, what
yeah.
up?
But yeah, it's
Oh, you meant your girlfriend. Oh, my bad,
oh
my
yeah.
Yeah.
bad.
Shh. Hey, 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 keep that on the down low.
Uh,
But yeah,
no,
it's where you want to go, planning on go, just like along those lines of like where you wish you could go, want to go, or like what you already have planned
yeah,
to be
the
redundant.
the Canada thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to meet you S2K when I go up there. Like, I'm going to message you. We're gonna be like, let's get together for at least a little bit.
Buddy, you could
Uh,
cross over. You could cross over from Detroit, Michigan,
yeah,
and
that's all.
be in,
I'm gonna go through.
okay. I was gonna say you could cross over there and stay in Windsor, and I will drive the 8 hours down to come see you. I do not care.
I think we are
Any
going to
further north
be.
you come, you just save me more time.
I I can't remember. It's either Toronto or Quebec that we're gonna be close to.
Those are vastly different because
Yeah,
I'm close to
I,
Quebec.
I'm aware. I'm aware they're
Okay,
vastly different. I'm just
good.
not quite sure where the person is that we would be going to meet. But like the person we would probably be like saying hi to and meeting up is more of my buddy's friend than mine. Like I know them, we're okay, and I wouldn't mind saying hi to them. But I would be mainly going just to leave, see some sightseeing things in Canada. I love foreign coins as well, so I want to get some of like Canadian uh, dollars,
Yeah,
and
get you a loony and a toonie, bud. No problem.
yeah, and
I
then
love birds.
yeah, and then of course see you, and then I'll probably be heading back.
Bet sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Um, well, I mean, I'm glad we all have Japan on our list. Um,
I just want to go for the food.
really? Okay.
Well,
You
that
see, like,
I can't say the other thing because if my girlfriend heard about the other part, she'd probably kill me.
It's
Okay. Well,
hentai. It's
sorry.
hentai.
No, no,
No,
no.
it's hentai.
Have you heard of
Sorry, Mercy.
the muscle bar?
Oh, the Muscle Mommy bar in Japan?
Yeah.
I've definitely heard of it. It's near one of the places I want to go.
Yeah.
I
Are we planning a boys trip to Japan? I'll do it
Oh,
yo
jeez.
next year. We'll start planning it
next
next year
year.
for 4 years.
Yeah.
The day that we do a boys trip to Japan, they're gonna end up doing a girls trip to Miami, and we're all gonna be screwed.
A girls trip to Miami. Beck and Polika just turn right. Uh,
Everybody flies to Beck and Puika, and then they just take off from there.
for
Actually,
real,
pause. I don't know if that would work out well for us.
bro. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, I'm glad to see Japan's on our list.
What's
Food,
your reason for Japan?
my cars, to be honest. In all honesty,
That's fair.
I want to see more or less like the because Japan's very clean culture. Like, yes, you got the Bozuzoku builds, um, but they're either very clean culture or they make their rides very unique. Like, I don't know if you guys know the drifting team, the Sexy Knights.
No.
Um, they're literally like a crew that drift competitively in Japan, and they've drifted in the states at final bout and about. But like, if you just look up their cars, covered in decals, sparkly stickers everywhere, but the car works. It's clean. It's I don't know. It's just a different way of car culture. Um, so like I want to go see that. There's more cars there, obviously, that we don't have here. I would like to find out where some of the plants for example, Toyota. For those of you that don't know, the Toyota 4Runner, for example, is not sold in Japan, but is built in Japan.
Huh.
So I would like to attempt to go see just basically as soon as it sounds. I want to go see cars there that I can see.
I want to go
uh,
see special cars. I'm gonna
yeah.
go to Japan to see. Hey, everybody has their thing. That's yours. I dig it. What we could do, right? We go to where I want to be in Japan. It'll have the Muscle Mommy bar, uh, or at least one, probably, or like a cat made bar or some shit. Who knows? Right? We'll go to my area, and then we'll just get those little like go karts that you can drive around, and we'll just go to S2K's thing. We'll just drift our way there.
Little drift trikes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying as if I'm gonna say anything important, but no, Japan for sure. Obviously like all three of us are we're still planning on North Carolina next year. Um, I would like to go to at least New York City, Florida, just to say I've been. LA for two different reasons, and Seattle because Seattle seems like a wannabe Toronto.
New York
Four,
City is really
four
fun.
corners of the city.
I'm actually I have to look something up because I might want to take another trip in Ohio if this is going on. But go ahead and continue.
That and just American road. Like I just want to drive through some of the states. Like there's some states apparently in the Midwest, and I wouldn't doubt Nebraska or like some of the central states that seem like they're just flat open highways. So those would seem sick. Um, I mean, there's some there's. I'd like to drive from Ontario. I'd like to do like I have buddies that have driven from Ontario to like PEI, but they've always gone without me. So like I'd like to do that trip because to go to PEI seems really sick. And then if I'm in Seattle, I mean, might as well go to Vancouver and say I've been to each side of the west and the east coast of Canada. So I mean, there's a few things that I'd like to do. It's more or less not so much planning and financial. It's just budgeting time for it that I find is my issue at least.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Dominican, I mean, like I said, you do Dominican. If you do Dominican, like maybe Puerto Rico. My mom's been to Cuba. I don't think I'd ever do Cuba, doesn't risk to reward doesn't really seem like that worth it. And I feel like once you've done one, um, I don't want to say one Caribbean or Central or Southern trip, you've done them all. But I feel like they're very similar.
I yeah, that's fair.
Like tell me what's the difference between Cuba, Dominican, and Bahamas, or
Well,
Jamaica? You mean
probably
like
I I mean, if I'm guessing, I would say probably just the atmosphere and then also the food. Like
food,
that.
culture, atmosphere? Food, culture, atmosphere for sure is gonna change between all three, but your setting is almost the same. But then again, I say that, but then I'm also like, I want to go to New York City. It's every city is just a bigger version of another city. So it's like once you've seen them all, you've seen once you've seen one, you've seen them all. But at the same time, it's like New York just seems incredibly different.
So I was looking up Jelly Roll and Post Malone, how they're doing a tour together,
Oh,
and I wanted to go, but there's no events in Ohio. There's always events in Ohio,
I saw
but
Jelly Roll when he came to Blues Fest, and that was his first time leaving the United States since he's a convict. Um, and the dude showed up to Blues Fest, which is
he's
just
gonna be
really
in
cool.
Toronto. They are.
Ooh, Rogers
So
Center.
I don't know. I closed the app. I'm just
Uh,
upset now, and I don't want to talk about it.
well,
See,
we'll we'll talk after the podcast.
for me, if I were to go to Ohio, the only time that I want to go there is the um, bodybuilding
Ink and the
competition.
Clink.
The Arnold is in
Yeah, yeah.
Cleveland.
I've worked it
And
twice.
what's up?
I've worked it twice. I've met Arnold.
Oh shit, that's dope.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to go there and just go to the. I mean, I want to see the show, of course, because I'm a big open bodybuilding fan, and that's ultimately my goal is to do open bodybuilding. But the other thing is just the. I want to go to the. Uh, God, why is my mind blanking right now? The the all the booths and all the supplement companies that show up and do that whole portion of it as well. I used to work for a supplement company, so just going there and seeing all the booths and enjoying that fun as well. So that's probably the only time that I would want to go to Ohio. I mean, besides to see you, Kage, of course.
Oh, baby. Uh, I'm not sure what type of music you listen to. But
Everything.
there's yeah, if you're a rock fan or heavy metal fan, uh, there is a like one of the biggest concerts events in the states, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard it said several times. Um, called Ink and the Clink, or Incarceration is what they changed it to now.
Okay.
Uh, basically, it's a huge rock concert where they'll get like 30, 40 bands, some shit like that, and big names too, like Godsmack, Disturbed, Metallica, uh, In This Moment, Motionless in White, like all these like really popular rock bands. And it takes place at the Ohio State Reformatory, so like that old prison area, that big field, and they'll be jamming out rock music there. You can go into the reformatory, and there'll be like buses that are just opened up, or like little tents that are opened up,
Yeah.
and people are just getting tattooed,
Oh, dope.
like for like a full week. Well, not full week, but like 3 days. They're just running tattoos, listening to rock music, getting drunk, having a great time.
Hell yeah.
It's I live like 20 minutes from it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can at night I can take like a 10-minute drive and just listen to the bands play. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Free concert.
Yeah, so if any of you ever want to travel to listen to music, there you
I mean, metal. Okay, I was gonna say metal's not my thing, but like I'll travel, bro. I don't give a fuck.
go.
I
I
just gotta get a working car quick.
I listen to everything.
Yeah, I mean, my house is like right near some like amphitheaters, so whenever they have like a concert going or something, it's like I can hear it almost as if it's in my backyard. So that's always a joy. But all right, we've kind of exhausted that topic. Let's see what else do I got on the agenda. Um, oh, good. Well, I forgot to put my input into that question, and the Jack Daniels is kicking in a little bit, so that's always good.
Let's
Let me go
go.
get the crown.
No,
I got the brownie mix. I'll be right there.
I like travel wise. The main thing that I'm looking forward to is just going to visit my sister. That's the main one. She's out in Hawaii right now. So going to visit her would be a lot of fun, especially going to Hawaii, just visiting and eating all the food there. I won't probably be able to do what I want to do in Hawaii because when I'm there, I want to spend time with my nephew and everything because I miss him a lot. But the main thing that I would want to do if I had like free will and money and stuff like that would be a diving adventure where you go down and like collect lobsters or like spearfish.
Yo, let's go. That'd
That'd
be
be
sick.
Yeah,
cool.
I want to do that so badly. Just mainly free diving.
Oh yeah, like cliff jumping.
Well, no, no. Well, I did cliff jumping in Canada. That was a lot of fun, but I don't want to do that in Hawaii. I just want to do like free diving where you can go down and just like
Oh,
do
okay. You
spear
want the
fishing and
suit
stuff like
and all
that.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the reefs. Get like I don't know if there's sheep's head out there, but I know that there's lionfish that you can spear, and those are actually really good eating.
Yeah. Aren't they considered invasive?
They are invasive, and they're actually it's that's why you can go out and spear so many of them because
Yep.
and not only do they taste really good, but yeah, they're just extremely invasive. But I definitely want to go
Yeah.
there. I want to do a what is it called? An Oahu or an Oahu or whatever the like whole event is where like they dance and they cook like a pig underground or something like that, and you
Oh,
get to have like this giant experience with all the natives there. I want to do that and just experience everything that Hawaii has to offer because I do enjoy culture and getting to experience all the different like just food and culture on anywhere that I go.
I feel that.
Japan.
So
Well, what's up?
I was just gonna kind of like piggyback off that because I was just gonna yeah. But if you're not done, just finish what you're gonna say.
I was gonna go on to the next place that I would want to go, but you can go ahead.
Oh, so when I mentioned Hawaii, the reason why it's big to me is like my grandma was like one of my most important figures growing up, and she met my grandpa in Hawaii. He was stationed there in the military, and they met there and gave birth to my uncle, if I believe that's how the story goes. And then she moved back here with him. But or like he went stationed there and then she moved with him. I'm not quite sure how that worked. However, they lived there. She told me a bunch of stories about Hawaii and how much she loved it. So I've really wanted to go since then there, but I'm just not like planning on it at this time. But before I die, it is definitely something I want to go see. And a big thing for me is I love adrenaline rushes. So I want to jump off cliffs. I want to do all that. I will, however, not be swimming with the sharks. Uh,
Why not?
that's terrifying.
You're
Because
in a
I like
cage.
my life. I don't care. I don't care. Fuck all that. But yeah, no. There's like a big sentimental part of me that's like, I need to go there for grandma. And
Yeah.
I want to take some of her ashes and just like put them there because like that it was something she talked about a lot with me, and it's like one of my core memories. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I want to go do that.
I
But
mean,
yeah, that's my
definitely
reason for Hawaii.
that will definitely be memorable if you ever do that. But yeah, Hawaii, beautiful place. Definitely want to go. Japan. I mean, piggybacking off of you guys, just I mainly want to go because I want to spend all my money on all the Pokemon card vending machines.
Let's go.
Because yeah, I it's bad. It's been a bad like a really hard couple of weeks because my buddy just got me a fossil pack. And he was like, "Come on,
No
man."
shit.
He's like, "Open it, open it." And I'm like, "It's not a heavy pack." I waited, and I was like, "It's not heavy." I was like, "I would
Yeah,
make more money if I just sent it off and got it graded."
for
Um,
real.
and then like all the new Japanese packs that are coming out that look really cool, and they're like, oh, you can buy a case for $1,000 and get 20 boxes in this case, and I'm like, oh, that's a really good deal. And I was like, I shouldn't be buying that. I shouldn't. Like, I need to not spend money on Pokemon right now. But yeah,
I don't
Japan,
need it.
Japan would all
So
be,
I don't need
and
it.
it would really spark the whole like me wanting to get back into Pokemon. Is guess
if
where
you
the
do, I'll play with you.
well, guess where the championship was this past year?
Japan, I watched it.
No, 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 no. The most recent one,
Oh, fuck.
Honolulu.
Yeah.
It was in Hawaii, and my sister, no joke, lived like 20 minutes away from the Pokemon Center that they had as the pop up there. And
Wait,
if
are you sure?
yeah,
I thought last year was Honolulu. I thought this year was Japan's
no, no, no,
because this
because
year had or was that might have been a regional I was watching.
it was the World
Sorry,
Champions.
I watch a lot of Pokemon TCG content. I was gonna get severely into it playing competitively. I almost went to Louisville regionals this year. Uh, they literally the only thing that stopped me from going to Louisville regionals was they sold out like that. I didn't register in time. I had money. We had the trip plan, hotel picked, everything, and they sold out.
So if I had known that it was going to be in Hawaii, I would have bought my sister a ticket for the Pokemon Center pop up that they had there, because they had Hawaii exclusive longboards that were Pokemon themed. They had a Pokemon themed ukulele
Hell yeah.
that would have been awesome on my wall. And if I were to buy it like secondhand now off of eBay, the cheapest one I found is like $600.
Jesus.
Yeah, like there were so many. They even had like exclusive cards for Hawaii as well, that like you could get like an exclusive pack and stuff. Like there was so much cool stuff, and I found out about it like the day before it happened, and all the tickets were sold out, so I couldn't get one for my sister. And I was just like, "Can you just try to sneak in there and just get me something?" I was like, "I really like,
Just do it, please. Do it for
yeah,
me.
just
I want to.
just use my nephew as like a disguise. Just be like, yeah, he's really getting into Pokemon, like, and he loves playing the ukulele. Can we buy one?"
Uh,
But
quick
yeah,
side thing before because I don't want to talk about Pokemon forever. I know S2K isn't like super versed in them. Uh, in Japan, part of like the area that I wanted to go with this, they have. I'm not sure if you remember the old Pokemon cards that are just like ones made out of clay. Like it's just a picture of a Pokemon, but it's made out of clay.
yeah.
uh, you can do that there. Like you can make like they have a tutorial thing set up for you to make the clay figurines
Oh
that
wow.
are used in the cards, and I want to do that really bad. Also, for anybody that's a skateboarding fan, they have these skateboards you can buy. They're mystery, like it's a pack. You buy it, it's a mystery skateboard. Open it, and then it has like collector like edition. It has the original starters Mewtwo and a few others, and it's like an event, like it's like a card almost like that. And there's even like secret rare ones that are gold and completely decked out. I can't remember the website they're on. They're so fucking cool. Like honestly, an amazing gift for anyone that's a Pokemon fan. But yeah, that's all I'll say about Pokemon. I'll stop there. I could go on.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I guess we can all agree: Japan, Pokemon, and muscle mommies.
Bro,
But
I am so down for Pokemon.
um,
I like Pokemon. I just don't know. I don't know much about the games or the cards.
I
I just
I
know like
just I collect the cards. I don't know anything about the game,
okay.
but
I play the TCG. I play the games. I know the lore. You can ask me anything. I can probably name every Pokemon in existence off memory. Uh,
What counters Onyx?
what's
Counter Sonics, any grass type.
the
Damn.
like the lava slug name?
Slugma
Slugma?
or
Yeah,
or
slug my
Markargo.
balls. uh,
Fuck you.
um, I'm sorry, I had to.
Damn, that was
Uh,
good.
no, I actually off topic, of course, but I do have a pair of Converse, like when Pokemon did their collab with Converse. I just love like how the logo of it is a Pokeball, and then there's like a Jigglypuff on it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Fuck Jigglypuff though, and Chansey, bitch ass Pokemon.
I have autographed gym badges from the Pokemon professors.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so oh, lastly, for me, I would just say Ireland because all the castles and stuff, and also there's like, what's the one rock that you lick?
Wait, what's
I
the
don't
rock?
know, bro. That sounds
Uh,
like some short bus activity.
it's the Barnley Stone. You kiss it, not lick it. My bad. What's the rock that you lick? No, you kiss a. It's a traditional thing. On the Barnley Castle. I feel like that would be cool. Plus, like strongman stuff. Like I always wanted to go and see all the strongman stuff there too.
That's fair.
But all right, next area of discussion. Let me pull up my notes again. I know what it is, but I like reading. If you guys could go back in time or forward in time, if you can think of something that's very creative, but if you could go like anywhere within like history, where would you travel to? Why would you travel there? And what would you do?
Okay, you can kick this one off. I did the last one.
Run that by me again, sorry.
So,
A lot.
say you
That
were
was a lot.
given
I want.
say you were given a time machine and you could go back to any place, any time, wherever. Where would you want to
Okay.
go, like travel to? What would you want to do? And like just give me kind of like a story on what you would think that would happen or what you would want to do, essentially.
Okay. Jokes. September 8th, 2000.
No, no.
I'm on Twitch right now, my guy. Let's not.
Or it should be 8th. Or,
What
or I guess it'd
lovely
be the 10th.
towers.
I guess it'd be the 10th. I'd get on the plane. No. Okay. Here's the thing, because I have
Oh.
thought about where, like, I have thought about going back in time, and I'm like, man, like, why can't we just go back to this time and like have time be frozen there forever and like live something good? Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, life in 2017 for me was pretty okay. Um, so like, I've always made the joke. It's like, yo, time machine, August 2017, keep me there forever. You know what I mean? Um, I'm editing a lot of this out. Well, I think.
Doing anything
And
it?
I can kind of like chip in while letting him think. I mean, the easy for like this question, I think the easiest answer for me and for most people would be like going back because everybody's like, oh yeah, I'd love to see like the Victorian. Like, I think that's the easy one. So I've been sitting here trying to think of like if I could go forward in time. That's where things get complicated because I don't really care where we're going as a civilization because it's so unpredictable. And I'm not going to be like the crazy old timers, like, we'll have flying cars. Shit. I think it would be interesting to really go forward and just see, like, really just like, any advances. But as for, like, an area to go forward and see, uh, I want to see what happens to Antarctica in the future. That is a big, like, I think about that a lot. Like, I want to see how the G how Earth shifts. So I'm talking like way, way far in the future. I want
yeah,
to see if our continents move,
like
and
Pangea.
yeah, like going back to that, or if like they start to get closer. Because I don't know, I have some really weird, stupid theories I'm not gonna get into, but I do wonder if that like the U.S. and Canada, what if like we were to split off from each other? Is California gonna fall off? So I would really just like to go forward and see how Earth as a whole has shifted in the future. But then if I could go back, witnessing historical events would be cool. Uh, if I had to pick one, just a singular one, um, I'm going back in time and I'm betting on the Cavs winning that championship in 2016. That three to one comeback. I'm gonna be rich. I'm going back and I'm sports betting. That's the number one thing I'm doing.
Just
I'm making
just buy Bitcoin in
Literally Back to
2011.
the Future.
yeah, I'm going back. I'm buying Bitcoin.
I was gonna say,
I'm
yo, I'm going 2007, bro, buying Bitcoin and starting that from the ground up again.
I'm investing in Discord stocks. I'm doing a whole lot of shit.
See, well, S2K, do you have yours? Or you want some more time to think?
It's mine's nothing really significant other than like going back to like relive good times while knowing you're in the good time. Because obviously, you know, what I mean, you don't know you're in the good times until afterwards. So other than going back to try to relive some memories, and then and hold the moment and then see some people that have now passed on. I've got really nothing, nothing cool.
See, I okay. I'm
Want
not
to
a.
see Challenger disaster? Sorry.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Apollo
look,
13.
the big old firework. We laugh because it's painful. Um,
I want to go back in time. I know Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on the plane that went into the towers, and I'm just going to encourage him.
no,
Keep going.
no,
I'm sorry.
bad,
That was me. I
bad.
actually love Family Guy. I'm sorry. I did.
Well,
I don't know.
I
I was thinking about that.
my see my thing is that I actually like part of me likes Seth MacFarlane as well because he did a lot of like jazz music.
Yeah, no, he's a really good singer. His Frank Sinatra shit that he sings is
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, his Frank
Yeah,
Sinatra, and I think he does some Dean Martin too.
no, I literally said that as a joke. I love fucking Seth MacFarlane.
Oh
I
man,
watch like everything he puts out, so it's fine.
yeah, of course. It's all
Hey,
satirical.
the two planes caused
Let's enough
Grey's
about
Anatomy.
these
Grey's
two.
Anatomy.
Enough
As
about
I
the
said,
planes.
not Grey's Anatomy. 50 Shades of Grey,
Oh
which
jeez,
then started My Chemical Romance.
and
It's
and
fuck.
what also started
What
all
is
of
it?
our girls on Book Talk.
It's a canon
Um,
event. That's what it is from Loki. It's a canon event. It had to happen.
it was Destiny. Oh no.
Yeah. Great
Um,
game, by the way.
no,
No,
Destiny is not a
fine.
great game.
Oh,
Uh,
you didn't
Take
play much?
points away. Take points away.
Yeah,
yep.
lost five.
I'm taking
Lost
two.
five. Lost five for the terrorist joke. Lost five for Destiny.
I'm taking two from each of you.
That's fine.
Well, you like Seth MacFarlane, so I'm adding one. Uh, no, so if I could travel back in time, first place I would go would probably be into like the 1930s, mainly because I want to go see Frank Sinatra live. I love Frank Sinatra. So much so that I'm getting a custom lamp made with like a Sinatra Select bottle and like some really cool Sinatra stuff that I'm gonna have kind of like my Sinatra corner of my room. When I get my own house, I'll have like a little pub, like a speakeasy type room in my house that will have like a record player that will play Sinatra, so I can drink my Jack and Diets or my Jack and Water, as Sinatra would put it. But 1930s would be fun just to go back and see that. Um, I honestly would want to go back and see like the old towny like Williamsburg, Jamestown. Um, I wouldn't want to live, of course, in those areas. I would just kind of want like spend like a day, like
Yeah, a
especially
day's
in
not that bad. Living there without running water would be
yeah,
awful.
yeah, especially like if I were to go to Williamsburg, it's funny because like in Williamsburg, it's like every single other house was a pub or tavern or something. Like I just go back, have a drink, like play some poker with Thomas Jefferson or something. I don't know.
Yeah, get some
Um,
Coca Cola with real Coke in it. Like,
Yeah. But I mean, that would be fun. I mean, going back to medieval times and like actually seeing like I would want to go and see like the actual like craftsmanship of blacksmiths and uh how armor is made and everything because I've always been fascinated by like medieval armor. Um and just like looking at all the craftsmanship from like back in the day, like it's amazing what the quality and time that people can invest into things like that, what that
Oh my God.
produces. Um
Sorry. This reminded me of a conversation I had a long time ago,
yeah.
and I now know one thing I would go back and do.
What's that?
It. I will wait till I hear a story.
Oh,
Just
okay.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I find that fascinating. But the other thing is that I'll give S2K 2 points for this because it was kind of touching. But going back and just reliving some of those special moments with loved ones that are gone now, like I had some just like some times that I can recall in the back of my mind of just special times with like uncles and aunts that have passed now, or like my grandma that has passed and everything. Like, there's some really memorable moments that I would want to go back and relive all over again. Just, I mean, thinking about it, you kind of relive it, but just being there in the present and being able to understand what's going on and realize the future and what goes on ahead of you and just kind of enjoy the moment more, I guess you could say. What was that you wanted to say, Kage?
So there's two parts of this, right?
Right?
One, one I've talked about it a little bit or a lot. I don't know how much I've bothered you guys with this. I practice fighting. I've done martial arts. I wanted to be an MMA fighter for a long time. Like that was something I was really into. Uh, I know as like a civilization, we've improved in fighting. I wanted to go back in time, and there's two people. One of them is an ongoing joke because I got into a heated argument with someone about this, and one is like just a genuine like I really would love to do this. I want to go back and fight Abraham Lincoln.
Before or
Um,
after John Wilkes Booth?
uh, per, wha- hey, if I can't make 9/11 history, no, before, because okay, Abraham used to be like a high tier wrestler, but like I had a cousin who was like the number one in the state of Ohio, and I made light work of him, and he was like two weight classes above me at the time. So like I really wanted to go like Abraham Lincoln was supposed to be this abnormally strong, really tall dude. I want to feel that strength and also see like I know we've advanced as a civilization fighting if he was all the hype. And I like this is the one that was kind of a joke because I say like I was at Walmart working and I was like I could beat the fuck out of Abraham Lincoln. That guy has no shot against me. And a guy thought I was crazy. And then my buddy was working with me and he's like and he seen me train and stuff and he was all like, "Nah, I'd put my money on you, yeah." If it came to me and Abraham. But one I unironically would well, two people. I would unironically want to go back and fight, but not necessarily like sword fight, but like spar, train, wrestle with Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan. I would so love to go back and just throw hands with those guys. Just just to say like just to really see how it was. And I don't know. I feel like Alexander would be such a cool one to just go back and spar with and wrestle with. And that was something I thought about a lot. But yeah, no. If I would probably go back and do that.
Okay.
Skip, you were talking about going back to like Jacksonville and like just seeing like old timey like taverns and pubs and stuff like that. I could add on to that in the sense that like I would love to see um kind of like how Kage wants to see how the world progresses. I would love to see like take a picture of my mind or even bring an actual photo of whether it be my city or another city, like a city like Quebec that was like one like or a city like Quebec City that was one of the first cities to expand or be built in Canada. I would love to see how it evolved over time and just seeing how stuff got added. But even with the living in the good times while that without knowing you're in the good times, like there's some things where it's like yeah I remember that moment, So you go back and you live it through vicariously through your memories. But there's some moments that it's like there's a photo. Had my parents not taken a photo of me or of this one specific time, um, I would have I like you just wouldn't know about it. So like I'd almost want to. I don't want to say go back in time and rewatch my life, but there's like go back to parts of my life that I don't remember as well, and definitely kind of like pick up on some stuff there. Like my parents owned a few restaurants when we lived in Saskatchewan, and yes, I remember them. Apparently, we lived in a house before the house that I remember. So like, I'd like to go back and like look at this other house to see if it is even what if I can try to jog my memory or go back and watch me go through middle school or elementary school again.
Now, like you're I kind of want to segue into this topic just real quick as kind of like a side
Yeah.
topic type main topic. Um, Kage, do you have any like do you have like one memorable moment that comes into your head that you would want to go back and visit again, or at least like in the sense of not so much visit it and relive it, but like say you were like when you go to a football game or a baseball game, you have like those box seats that you can just like overview like the game that's going on and like enjoy the beverages and like food and stuff like that while you watch it. Is there any like memory in your mind that you want to go back and just have like box seats where you could just like watch it
I
and relive it?
I would give anything to go back in time and really sit with my grandma. We used to watch storms. Uh, so like I said, grandma, big part of my life. Before a lot of the other grandkids were around and before cancer took her, we would sit and watch storms. We used to get really bad rainstorms here, and they kind of subsided after she passed, which is crazy in my mind that like I don't see rain how it used to be. And we would just sit on a porch for hours, talk about life, the person she wants me to grow up and be, and yeah.
Okay. STK, do you have any more that you want to talk about or
I mean, bro, like realistically, basically the same thing. Like moments I want to go back and relive. Like, I I I would give up um every memory that I thought was the best. Whether it be it's like, oh, I'm hanging out with my friends, or my first sleepover, first time or first kiss, first time you slept with a girl. I would give up every single one of those moments, bro, to go back and like I don't like I can't say one specific moment, but like go back and like watch I guess watch my dad kind of grow up with us. And see how he entered because like my dad was a big part of my childhood in the sense that like the guy was always working, but then I find that as you grow up and you become excuse me guys, I find as you grow up and you get into your adolescence age, you just kind of like you don't care for your parents as much. Um, you kind of become an asshole. So like I'd like to go back when like my dad was my world, kind of rewatch those memories.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I don't know.
go on.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say like I really see where it's coming from when it was like time travel. It's like if we really could, it is just going back to seeing this one. And I was very much the same way. It's like one of like if I had to choose between two, I'm gonna go back and relive the moment with my grandma. But there, I said some. I remember one time, and this like it haunts me, dude. I went off on my grandma. She was living with us. Tensions go up, but like I went off on my grandma, and I felt no like sympathy for like she started crying. It was a bad time, but and I felt no sympathy at the time. I was young, like real young. I was like 12. I wish I could go back and beat the living shit out of me.
Bro,
Like
same.
like there's so many things I wish I could take back and just go back and just like remember this person that like now that she's gone, I'm like this was the biggest part of my life. Like I don't think I am the same person I am today. Like I'm usually like kind of jokey, haha, whatever. But like I have like a very strict moral like compass, like, and a very hard mindset, like, and it's all because of this woman. And like, I would love to go back and see the good moments with her and just relive those, but I'd also love to go back and beat my fucking ass for being such a little prick. Like, and just like tell myself like you are in the most important development like of your life. Like, focus. Because I had like such a bad time where I was like I could not keep my brain like would lose interest in everything after like a week or two. And I wish I could just get my brain to focus when I was a kid. Go back and just be like, hey, lock onto this. Like, lock onto one thing. Be happy with the people around you. You do love them. Stop being an angsty little teenager. And like, pursue fighting. I definitely could have went fucking pro. Uh, do that. Just focus on that. You don't need to be a Marine. You don't even like the idea of being a Marine. Stop being a bitch to your sister. Love your grandma. Be good. I think I would have to go back and see myself.
Is it bad that I was about to say amen once you finish that statement?
No, it's straight facts though, bro.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing. Like there's just so many times where it's like you go back in time and you just like your parents either couldn't, didn't, or just didn't think it was right to. But like I'd go back and grab myself and like wailing my younger self in the head and be like, "Listen, shut up, idiot! Like listen."
Yeah.
But like I
See,
said, you don't know you're in the good times until after.
You really
Like
don't, man.
there comes a time where like everybody logged off your you logged off your 360 or your PS3 one day and never turned it back on.
For real.
yeah.
I take that into an IRL moment, but
See, for my answers to this topic, the main things that come to mind are like the my grandma every Friday night when we were at her house. I mean, even when we weren't at her house was always kind of like the meeting place. And every Friday night, especially during the winter times, like all the uncles and cousins and stuff would show up with like their deer meat that they got from their hunting. Different like my one aunt and uncle always bought this big bucket of KFC fried chicken, which was awesome. But like just all the cousins getting together, all the aunts and uncles like sitting around, like playing Scrabble, like just talking about life, having fun, just like it's so much fun just getting to spend time with each individual and just being able to connect with everyone every Friday night. Like that was a very memorable moment. But the main one that sticks out for me, and I will never forget this, even though like I don't remember doing it. I don't remember like what happened before, after, whatever that sparked it. But there's a picture and a story behind when I was much, much younger. I think I was like 7, 8 years old. And my one uncle that I was really close with, he was also my first uncle to pass away. Um, he fell asleep on the lazy boy in my grandmother's living room one night. And I just remember being a really funny kid. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stack pillows around all of his limbs. I'm going to cover his body with blankets. And then I'm going to very meticulously stack toys all over his entire body. So there is a picture of my uncle fully asleep, covered in toys. Like you can't see him at all. Not a single, like you can't see anything besides like his mouth sticking out because I left that uncovered so he could breathe while he was sleeping. But he was completely covered in just a mountain of pillows, blankets, and toys. And I remember pretty much, I think I ended up like going out and like tapping on my dad's shoulder and being like, hey, come here. And he walked in and just saw my uncle just fully asleep in front of the TV, covered head to toe in these toys. And there's a picture of it. I'll have to eventually find it because it is such a memorable moment. And it's the funniest thing ever because he didn't wake up. Like he wasn't faking it to like get her. like be able to play along with the joke that I'm playing. He was fully asleep, and I was just like
Or
able to.
out.
Yeah, he was just out. And I remember after everyone got their pictures and laughed, and we had like a whole entire congregation of people inside the living room just staring at my uncle while he was asleep, covered in toys. And I just remember just the laughter and the joy, and everyone talking about that story for years to come. I mean, that happened probably 2007, 2008, and I'm talking about it now in 2024, and I will never forget that. Like that was just the funniest moment, and I just wish I could sit in like box seats hovering over top of my younger self, just watching him meticulously stack those blankets and pillows and toys, and just enjoying the moment with everyone else that ended up having a laugh about it. But yeah, that was, I mean, that's by far my favorite moment that I would want to go back to and be able to experience for myself. But yeah, that, I mean, travel wise, that pretty much concludes all of the questions that I was going to have with you guys. But I do kind of want to segue into a kind of like a question that everyone always asks. I mean, this kind of pertains to travel, but it also kind of makes you think a little bit. The whole desert island scenario. Like, if you were deserted on an island and you could only pick like three things, like, what would you bring with you?
Hoochie mamas. Nah, I'm kidding. Stop. I'll stop. But yeah, muscle mommies from Japan.
A body pillow, a gallon of lotion, and a Sears catalog.
Yeah, seriously. God. If sorry, one more time with the question.
You're trapped on a desert island. What do you bring?
You got caught up thinking about that lingerie section,
Yeah.
the Sears catalog, huh?
Japan muscle mommies, man.
Oh man, they're just gonna swim me to safety, carry
So
me on their
we get
pecs.
to bring three things.
Sure, any three things.
Uh, First question: is this island sustainable with food?
It
Like,
just,
if I hunt, can I get things? Or is it just there's nothing? This is sand in the middle of an ocean.
it's only ferrets.
Only ferrets.
If you,
Uh,
the more questions you ask, the more complicated I'll make it.
yeah. So I guess like if it is just like okay, there's nothing there. Food source is like the most important thing. So give me a fishing rod.
Okay.
Um, like that is key. Then I need a partner in crime. So uh, me and my boy Travis would fuck up being survival specialist. So let's do that. Me, my buddy Travis, I'm bringing him. Uh, 17 bottles of lotion. No, I'm kidding.
Just get a gallon, bro.
For
Or you
real.
could get like the side topic because I want to say this. You ever see the Lube Life? They sell like 500 gallons of lube.
Yeah, it's just left over from Diddy.
That's great. Well, that's baby lotion, but go on.
Diddy.
Uh, so yeah, my boy Travis, a fishing rod, and one of them big ass multi-room tents.
Okay.
That I'll take that. I'm living.
That's okay.
I'm gonna die anyway. So 3 words: bacon, lettuce, tomato.
I want a BLT before
I'm
I
gonna
go.
be LT.
Wait. You want bacon, lettuce, and tomato? I guess you're getting no bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no bread.
Bro,
You know you
lettuce
could
one, bro.
you know you could just said BLT as one item, right?
What? It's 3 words. I want bacon. I want lettuce, and I want tomato.
Yes, but it's one item. It's one sandwich.
No, Skippy. The 3 items that I'm bringing is a head of lettuce, a pack of bacon, and a singular tomato. I'm joking.
Wait,
Is it
so
pre-cooked bacon? Is it
yeah,
pre-cooked?
is the bacon pre-cooked or you just swallow when it's sloppy?
I mean, I'll find some driftwood or something. Get a little fire going or some way. Nah, trapped in an island. I don't know. My mom watches Survivor a lot, so I feel like I could survive. Off next to nothing. And I don't know if you guys have watched much Survivor, but terrible show by the way. Don't watch it. Um, the fact that people sign up for this and then randomly get chosen from like their job. They're like, "Hey, yeah, you're going today." They're like, "Wait, what?"
No.
I was working my
Random.
9 to 5 at the 7-Eleven.
Bro, if you
A
ever
loaf of
watch
bread,
episode
a
1 of an
container of milk.
episode of Survivor, like some guys show up in suits. It's like, bro, you have like an
Stick of butter.
office job and you think
A
that
loaf
like,
of
"Yeah, I'm
milk,
gonna sign
a
up for
container of
Survivor."
bread, and a
You're like, I
Joe
was gonna
Dirt
rock
DVD.
it.
A Joe Dirt DVD.
Which I mean, hey,
Scarlett
to each
Johansson,
their own.
and
If
Treasure
you
from a
think
fish
you got
tank.
it, you got it. But I can bring 3 things as wild because normally you would have to find everything there. So I'm trying to think of like what I would have on an island. But I guess some rope.
Okay.
I'll take like a pack of rope. Um,
No footage or anything, just a pack of rope.
Footage is some big words, bro. What do you mean by that?
Meter. You want like a kilometer of rope?
Yeah, yeah, because then I'll like, either weave it into a net or something. I don't want to say a net because who just has a net with them? It's a big item to bring.
And you're bringing rope,
I'm bringing rope
which a
instead.
net is just woven rope.
I'm making my own. Okay, I'm starting with the basics.
All right, go on.
Um, Calgary already said
Joe
fishing
Dirt
fishing
DVD.
poles. So
Scarlett
spear.
Johansson, and Treasure from a fish.
We'll spear fishing and zip ties because you can fix anything with zip ties.
But
Worst, bro. I'm gonna Skippy. If you saw me, bro, I ain't lasting 5 minutes on an island alone. Okay, I am the first thing. I am the first person dead. And
you'd
then
be
I
like,
am like,
how do I turn this tree into a car?
not even that. It's like, yo, sick. Like, yo, this tree, I'm gonna make it like a nice little lounge chair, and then just die. Either that or
Yeah.
actually, you know what? Change your mind. Rope, tarp, and duct tape. I'm gonna hang myself
Okay.
and then wrap me up in the bag
Uh,
and let me send me in the ocean.
Alrighty then.
Listen, I think
Can we talk about that on
we're
Twitch?
all
Sorry.
I think we're all missing that, we should probably bring a flare gun. If that probably would be a smart item. But,
I don't think like if you get randomly dropped off on an island is different than like, oh, you crash landed and survived on an island and like and it has to survive on this random like floating island.
it all depends on the items. Well, not the items, the island too. If it's just like a sandbar, it's like, yeah, you'll get pigeon shit hitting you every once in a while, and yeah, that's it. There's nothing here. It's direct heat. Like, ugh, gross. But if it's like, oh yeah, no, like there's a native wildlife, like there's trees, you can maybe find like a some squirrels, whatever. Then it's like, all right, yeah, then like land hunting would probably be ideal. I mean, you're at sea, so like fishing pools or net, like a net for it is ideal. Actually, yeah, give me 3 items. I changed my mind. A helicopter, um, a GPS that's working,
And a pilot that
yeah, and a pilot. Just get me off the fucking island.
All right.
What are you doing, Skip? What are you bringing?
Well, as a joke, I don't know if y'all will get this reference, but I was gonna say Joe Dirt DVD, Scarlett Johansson, and Treasure from a Fish Tank.
Yeah.
But no, I mean realistically.
Joe Dirt, Scarlett Johansson.
Actually, you're right, man. Give me a boat with plenty of gas, Scarlet Joe, and a fucking Joe Dirt DVD. I'm good. I'll make it.
Oh, man, bro, we'll survive. We'll live.
uh, Give me a multi-tool, a handgun, and some painkillers. I don't know. Man, living on an island, like, yeah, if I could have anything, I would just take a boat and then sail away. Or I would, get a multi-tool or like probably bushcraft, like a saw of some sort, and like make a raft. And then, I mean, maybe a bag of rope, a pack of rope. Go
Actually,
ahead and tie some logs together and float away.
I feel like another acceptable answer is like, I'm stuck on this island. Give me Minnie, Mad Reaper, uh, a guy I'm not going to disclose his name because he's did some very bad things, and just like the world's most dangerous man. All four of us will just. Well, actually, I think I said. Yeah, I said four names. Never mind.
Well,
The guy I'm not going to disclose the name. Minnie, Mad, me. We're all on the island. We're all dying together. It's
Who's
gonna
the
be a great time.
who's the guy from the SpongeBob movie?
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, Hasselhoff. I just like if I'm stuck on an island, just give me Hasselhoff. He can tuck me between his pecs and then
Yo,
just
like,
like
what-
motor motorboat me across the ocean. Or
Bro, what is
would I be
Baywatch
motorboating him?
Hasselhoff doing now?
What is Hasselhoff? He's
Making
probably just
Baywatch movies still.
just being pretty.
Oh god, that's funny.
uh, I mean, you guys got any more travel stories or anything?
Probably.
Probably. All right.
Yeah, like I've been all around Ohio, like concessions, but outside of leaving my hometown, not really. Um, uh,
I got it. I got a good question for y'all.
yeah.
If okay, yeah. Okay. If you guys had to transform, this ain't no furry shit, by the way. Not transform. If you had to, if you were an animal in any part of the world, what animal would you be? What part of the world would you be, and why?
See, now the meme answer in me wants to be like Panda Asia cause free bamboo.
I get to roll
Just a
around in
cute little
circles.
guy. Also, you're extinct, so you know they're gonna try breed. Well, you're getting close to being extinct, so you know they're gonna try breeding you.
They're just
It's
gonna
gonna be
talk.
Are pandas actually on the endangered list?
yeah, if I remember right, they are. Yeah. My first thought was koala because they're just stoned out of their mind 24/7.
On the
And
eucalyptus.
yeah,
Eucalyptus. Dick. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
don't think people understand how stupid koalas are. They won't eat the leaves if you take it off the stick
Oh
because they
yeah.
don't see it as food after that. That is hilarious to me. But um yeah, no, that's not gonna be my answer because they have chlamydia and I'm good on
I
that.
was just about to say, bro, chlamydia is the first thing that came to mind, let alone eucalyptus.
I mean, you can always get that cured.
I don't want it in the first place.
Uh
I'm clean, bro. I'm trying to stay like that.
I don't want it in the first place.
Koala media.
What is Pokemon's pet dog's name?
Oh jeez.
I want to be that guy. You know,
Old Miss
just let me live
Muffet.
my dream, man.
Saturn or
Just let me live my
Tuffet.
dream. I'm kidding.
Okay. Hold on. Was it? I thought of something. I just got to figure out what if it. Don't quote me on this, but I got to get my facts straight.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So I want to be a
Joe Dirt DVD.
lowland gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo.
Oh God, Harambe, really? It is 2020 fucking like 5 or 4.
Bro, that was
whatever it is.
2016. Yo, rest in peace, my nigga Harambe. Can I say that?
Oh jeez.
Oh my god.
I
Moving
forgot what we're
on.
doing.
Are you drinking?
I went upstairs and got a drink while you were
Oh.
talking about Pokemon. And I downed a quick and then
I
ran back down.
one of my first thoughts was like a lion at a zoo wouldn't be that bad. No, I'd be a lion.
I don't know. I would say blue whale because like blue whales are sick, and they're one of my favorite animals. Um, Nobody kind of fucks with the beast because you're a big blue whale, and that's just sick to me.
Awooga.
But then I also like elephants. Elephants, rhinos, and like whales were like my three favorite animals growing up.
See, first I was gonna say horse, but I'm already partly living that life. You know what I mean? Um.
I feel you're getting rude.
I'll see myself out. Okay, boys.
Well, you know what? Let me. I want to be a pet smart parrot. That's what I want to be. Everybody comes up and they just want to talk to me, man.
I would just be a parrot that swears at everyone and that walks into the house.
Why does your parrot know the N word?
Oh, jeez. See, okay. Realistically, I know for a fact that if I was an animal in part, like somewhere in the world, do you know who Pesto the penguin is?
Yeah, I know about pesto.
I, well, you have a girlfriend, so of course, you know about Pesto. Um, but I would probably be Pesto the penguin.
I don't I don't know. You know how genetically different he is? He is a literal once in like generation penguin. Like this happens, it's not unique that he was born, but every once in a while like they have to like keep up like size or like to get like I can't remember if it was like either
You
like for
thick.
breeding purposes, they will make a big penguin. Like the just genetics take over and like the herd needs that. One gets born. It's like it's the equivalent of being LeBron James or being born as an NBA player. So like, good luck if you think you would be born as Pesto the Penguin.
No, I'm not saying I would. I'm saying that I would want to be.
Oh yeah, no, that's the life, man. You get all the bitches.
I would just like waddle over and just be like, "Yo, what's up, mama?"
I would just want to be like a black bear
Why not a
in the
polar
woods.
bear?
Oh, fuck polar bears, dude. I hate those things.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Those are my
Dude,
boys.
I have an entire rant on polar bears I can do. Don't
Oh,
get me
okay,
started. That's
okay.
for another episode. We're getting close to the end of this one.
Fuck polar bears.
What polar bears ever do to you, bro?
Dude, it's not what they did to me, it's what they will do and what they're thinking about doing. And they can
Listen,
stay the
they're losing
fuck
their
over
home,
there.
okay?
Good,
They're losing their home.
good.
You're
They'll
worried about
fillet.
Antarctica. I'm worried about the North Pole.
They'll fillet you alive.
That I don't think people understand how scary polar bears are.
Oh, I fully understand, and I am terrified.
No, they are the most terrifying creature to ever exist. If you knew nothing about bears or polar bears, and then described a polar bear to someone and their hunting instincts and how physically fucking strong they are out of a cryptid. Like a big bioluminescent fucking creature that has the ability to just move vehicles or thousands of pounds because it deems it in the way that will eat you alive with no mercy. And if you see it, it's because it's hunting you. It smelt you miles away and is hunting you. Polar bears are cryptids. They're not real. I hope they all die.
No, no, no. Bring me a
Okay, I
polar
won't
bear.
go that far. I like polar bears. Like I like the way they look. They're fine. Don't kill them all, please. But fuck those things. They're cryptids.
Alrighty then. Um. Yeah, I guess this concludes the travel podcast. Do you guys have any final notes besides, fuck polar bears?
Fuck polar bears. Fuck Florida. Time travel is There's
Oh.
nothing interesting in the future, and that's it.
Actually, you guys want to keep going? I got one more. I got one more idea.
What?
Oh
What's
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Throw it at me.
Which planet you traveling to?
Uranus.
Uranus.
I should have seen that one coming. I was genuinely gonna see like Mars seems sick. I mean, everyone's go-to answer is Mars because it's like it's the most Earth-like planet because it fell at one point in the perfect time zone. So that people will still believe that there's life possible on Mars. But like, I'm trying to go see my boy Pluto.
The
I'm saying
dwarf?
either that or Neptune. Hey yo, Pluto's a planet, okay?
The dwarf planet?
Leave Pluto
Discovered
alone.
a new planet that's like
A
near the
little
sun.
little shrimpy planet. Little dwarf
Yeah, dude.
boy.
That is just like a replica of Earth. I'd love to see an uninhabited Earth, and then see if there's any life on it. That'd be cool.
I want to go to Mars and
However,
pet the rover.
yeah, just oh look at the little guy.
Oh,
He's
who's a
swimming in
good
Mars
who's a good
now.
little
Oh,
rover? Oh,
oh.
come here. Oh, you want to catch a space rock? Here, fetch the space rock.
Fucking scientists that are watching the rover every day. They're like,
What
how
the
the
fuck?
fuck did you get here?
And why are you in swim trunks?
All right,
uh,
close us off, Skippy.
all right. Talent. Okay. So to go with our point system here, S2K. Through everything, you're at 6 points. Kage, you are at 8. So you will be leading next week's
go.
podcast.
Let's go.
Closing remarks, I will say traveling is a lot of fun. It's greatly expensive in nowadays world, so it's always a good dream to think of. But at the end of the day, let's just say Japan, all about the muscle mommies. I'm definitely not going to Japan, but don't quote me. And yeah, I mean,
Travel, get out, see the world more. Don't be trapped in your bubble.
yeah, just I mean, I got to start by touching
There's
grass
more to
first.
the life you know.
This is all simulation. We're trapped in a
Fuck
box.
Florida. Fuck Florida. Close the podcast off. This was the Don't Quote Us podcast.
Yeah.